Good morning, everyone. So it's around about 7:45 in the morning, and today's trip is the continuation of the Alpen Panoramaweg. Today I'm doing stage 8, Einsiedeln to Unterägeri. So yeah, should be fun. Looking around about 20 kilometers, give or take, with I think 700 meters of elevation, give or take. So yeah, depending on energy levels and so on, I might continue with the next etappe as well, stage 9. But I'm not going to do, if I do end up doing that, I'm not going to make one video. I'm going to do 2 separate ones for each etappe, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I've a good feeling about it, so yeah, we'll see. So I'm just on the outskirts of Einsiedeln now, and just in front of me here, actually, that way off in the distance there is the ski jump facility that I saw on the end of my last trip. So the small tower in front is the smaller ski jump, and the bigger one at the back is the bigger one. So yeah, it's really cool to see that infrastructure. And knowing that's here, I might see if I can make it to one of the competitions next season. So yeah. Anyways, here's the tour. Alrighty, so the first ascent of this etappe has been done. So in all there are 4, ranging anywhere from 50 to 200 meters. So it's a nice bit of a change from all of the non-stop sort of ascent, then sudden descent, ridge hikes that I've been doing recently. So yeah, nice bit of change. Yeah. Also had my first sort of little encounter. Construction machinery on the path that I needed, so yeah, I just quickly hopped into a field and avoided that, which is quite fun. So yeah, so far so good. Weather's fantastic. I mean, it definitely makes a change from the past few days that we've had, so yeah, onwards. So, just approaching the small little village of Altmat here. Yeah, just there in the distance. And then to the left, just over there, are the Alps. I'm not sure which ones, but I think those would be the ones, I think Canton Ob or Nidwalden, I think. Yeah, because I am heading towards Zug. And then from Zug, you have Zugersee and a few other Zugersee, and then directly below that you have Vierwaldstättersee, and then yeah. So I think those are the Obwalden Alps, I think. So, as you can tell behind me is all of the moorland that sign mentioned. I'm not exactly quite sure what flora and fauna is in there, but it's definitely a little bit different to the moorland that I've sort of seen, and that is up at Dartmoor, so in Devon. So yeah, still pretty cool to see though. And it's great to see just this massive area for wildlife, sort of in the midst of all this agriculture that I've been walking through. So well, I've just checked the map and I have done my 7th cantonal border crossing. So I'm now officially in Canton Zug. So I'm going to be in here for a little bit for the next 2.5 etappes. So for the rest of this etappe, stay at etappe 9 and part of etappe 10. Is in etappe 10 is when I cross over into Canton Luzern. So yeah, that's that. Alrighty, so a little whoops-a-daisy was made earlier where I took the wrong turn and ended off the trail. So down that patch of trees just there, just by the river actually. No, correction, just before the river, just before the trees, there was a turning that I didn't see, and that was to the left. I took the path to the right, which you can see just there, which ends in the signpost at the road just down there, and I thought I was on the trail, so I followed it where these two cars will be going in just a moment. Yep, so I followed where those two vehicles are just now, down the track that way, and it was then when I got to the restaurant that I realised that a mistake had been made. So I hiked up along this trail here and I'm linking up back with the path just there. So yeah, note to self, always check a map anytime I get to a junction of some kind. I mean, it wasn't too big of a delay, it's a fairly easy going trail, so yeah, I didn't burn too much energy course correcting this. But in a mountain environment, Alps for example, red white trails, that might be something different. But yeah, still fun though, still fun. So behind me is something that I did not expect to see today, and that is a piston bully, also known as a snowcat. So yeah, very, very unexpected to see that. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen one of those in a good few months, and to see one up here is, yeah, unexpected. Half me is wondering, what is it actually doing up here? Because I think I'm just over 1,000 meters in altitude right now. So, yeah. I mean, I know we got quite a bit of snow at this elevation this past season, but yeah, pretty cool to see. Alrighty, so slight update. Just starting the third ascent now of this hike, and well, you might have heard as well in my previous clip or so that there was a helicopter flying overhead and sounded quite low. It was low, and that's because it was landing. So I am very surprised. I was, yeah, very surprised when I exited the forest and right in the middle of a field with its rotors still turning was a helicopter just parked right in the middle of a field. Granted, it was near a restaurant, so yeah. Also, I figured out the reason for the snowcat is because the area where I was just now, at Arten, is a small ski resort. So nothing major, a drag lift and some light infrastructure, predominantly snowshoeing. So yeah, I am still very, very surprised by that helicopter. So yeah, I mean, the good news is, I guess, that it wasn't search and rescue, so alrighty, so made it to the summit of the third climb. I've got one more, I think, 50-meter climb ahead of me, and then I am done on elevation gain for this etappe. And as of this point, right now, it's going to be predominantly downhill until the next descent. So, yeah. Also, Alrighty, so I reckon another little whoopsie doodle has been done, and that is I forgot to take my anti-hay fever tablets, and I really suffer from hay fever, so way. The good news is though, there's been quite a bit of rain the past couple of days, so thankfully it's not that bad, but I'm definitely starting to notice the effects are slowly creeping up on me, so yeah, that be that. The progress is progressing progressively. I think I've got about 3 or 4 kilometers to go, give or take, before I get to Unterägeri, and then from there, nice 12-kilometer hike, etappe 9 to Zug. So yeah, happy days. Okie dokie, this is it. The last ascent for this etappe. Oh no, that was just a little moth. Thought that was a frog for a minute, but here we go. The last ascent is just up ahead. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Alrighty, so I think for the last 4 or so kilometres of this etappe, I think I'm going to be on paved road. So you know what that means. It's probably going to be vlogging and panorama shots from here on in, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not a wizard. I don't have the gift of foresight to be able to determine exactly what the road situation is going to be like, but we'll see. And another thing that I've been reflecting on this hike is I have the idea, it's already been mentioned to me by a couple of mates at work, there's an idea to do a 2 to 3 day pack rafting trip around sort of Vierwaldstättersee, Zugersee and so on. But actually being out here and hiking around the Egerisee, I've actually got an idea to link up a few of the lakes with hiking and pack rafting, so yeah, might be a fun alternative tour. And especially with how the rivers are at the minute, I normally would be out pack rafting at this time of year. I've had it memories on my phone, social media and so on, showing like all the tours that I've done, but we've just had so much rain that the rivers are just a little bit too dangerous for my liking at the minute. Fingers crossed as we go into July it will get drier and sunnier, and that all that warm air that's currently around the Mediterranean comes up towards us, because it would be nice to actually have the rivers drop down to a paddleable level, but we'll see. I mean, I've got the Alpen Panoramaweg, I've got the Udio to finish off, so that's I'd say third priority at the minute. Then some other projects going on as well, so yeah, busy. Oh, and I can't not factor in my job as well. That's also quite important as we are approaching the high season, so yeah. alrighty, so I did mention earlier I would probably do a second etappe. Unfortunately that is not happening. It's a little bit too late in the day, and I do have some chores at home that need doing, and I don't want to get back too late for that. So yeah, I'm calling it a day here at Unterägeri. It's been a fantastic day. I'm super happy with how today's turned out. So yeah, on that note, see you on the next one.